Hello, hello, hello. What is up? What's going on? How are we doing tonight? Let's get some stuff adjusted real quick. I might be coming in a little too hot, but at least you'll be able to hear me. Hello, everybody. How are we doing tonight? Welcome to my Manic Mondays, the movie and mental health show. I'm your host, CJ Robles. Um, we got some movie stuff to be talking about. Boom. Texas Frightmare Weekend was this past weekend, and I had a great time again. These people are amazing. These are some of like the best souls and genuine people I've ever met in my life. I enjoy everything about spending time with these people here. This is like a they call it Texas Frightmare family, and man, it was yeah, it's full of family. It's great memories. So I figured this show would go heavy on that. I'll talk about my experience there a little bit, and I'll talk about who I met, and I'll talk about something I just did right now. So maybe we should talk about what I'm doing this week, or I mean, yeah, should we start off what I'm going to go do this week real quick, and then spend the whole time on the weekend? And then I have a serious thing at the end, or should we do the Texas Frightmare Weekend and then what's going on? So yeah, let's do that one. Let's start off with the Texas Frightmare Weekend. So let's get that going. So I did you know what I okay, that's where I was just gonna show this. So I was up in Irving, Texas, Irving or Irvine, Irving, Texas, and I attended Texas Frightmare for Friday and Saturday. Once again, I didn't do Sunday. Well, I did do Sunday last time, but this time I didn't do Sunday this time because I had a family reunion in San Antonio I drove to, and that was fun. I had a really good time with them, with my family. It was kind of like my extended family on the Robles side. It was fun. Excuse me. It was really fun. See a lot of my friends. I got to see a cousin. Excuse me. I got to see a cousin I hadn't seen in about 10 years, but I talked to him like once a month. So it was funny. It was funny to kind of catch up with him, and we picked up right where we left off, and he was just telling me stories, and we were sharing all these stories together. And I mean, I loved them. It was a great time. But we'll get more to that later. But so that's why I stayed at Texas Frightmare only, and then I got to work late on Thursday, and I was exhausted, and I didn't want to get stuck in traffic. So if by the time I would have left, because I had to pack, by the time I would have left, it would have been somewhere between 4:30 or 5:30, like getting on the road, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to drive in traffic. I just rather just do it in the morning or do it during the day when I go to Dallas. And it was Friday anyway, so I ended up taking off around like 10 in the morning, 11 in the morning. I got to Dallas. I stayed at the Texarkana Court right across the street. Oh, it was amazing. It's from the Irving Center, I guess that's what it's called. That was fun. That was a nice little place. It was really good. I had a good time there. We saw some crazy stuff happen. Or I mean, we're on one side of we're inside the foyer or the court area, courtyard, and something was happening in the streets on the other side of the fence, and yeah, it was kind of crazy. But it's Texas Frightmare, I guess, because it's a different location. It used to be at I guess it's the Dallas Fort Worth DFW International Airport. So before they used to do the Frightmare where you would like you could fly into the airport, and then you would stay at the airport, and the rooms would be above like the event center you were going to be at, where everything was at the bottom. It was a lot. It was really tight. It was really cramped. It had a lot of like red and a lot of old feel to it, and yeah, like I don't know. I missed the old place. It had a very a genuine, authentic feel to it. But hey, thanks, AP. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. But this new one I can tell it's more updated, more modern. Dare I say it's heading a little towards Fan Expo-ish, which is really expensive. That's one thing I liked about Texas Frightmare. It's very affordable, very cheap. You can get I have a lot of signatures. I didn't realize how many I got, and I did not spend that much money. But if I were to do this at like the cost of other conventions, it would be a lot more. But it is what it is. But I've been watching a lot of movies, and this is always inspires me to do this show. So it inspires me to do these events. I don't know. I just fell more in love with them, and the more and more, I had a great time running into people that hadn't seen. I ran into Dallas. My boy Dallas was up in DFW. I mean, or Irving. He was at the Texas Frightmare again, working it, and he said he didn't do it last year, but 2 years ago I met this gentleman named Dallas, and it was so cool. I have the photos here. I gotta upload everything, but I met Dallas, and man, he was I come in. He was turning his life around, and he had said, I'm gonna turn my life around. I just met this girl. I'm going. We're going serious, and now he's about to be a father. And I'm like, dang, dude, this guy got his life turned around, and everything he had told me he said he was gonna do, he did. So I was very excited to wait. I took it on this phone. I was very excited to see him there, and he saw me. He stopped me, and I was like, "Oh, cool. What's up, Dallas?" And he was like, "You remember me?" And I go, "You remember me?" So we hung out, the whole time. Just like, oh, he was working, but like every time I'd run into him, I'd be like, "Hey, what's up? What's up?" And we'd just be talking, and yeah, it was just so good to see him. Where's this photo at? God, I have some pretty good cause photos in here too. Where is the photo at? I know I took one with him. Where's it at? I'm gonna have to look for it later. But yeah, so shout out to Dallas. Where's our selfie at? Now I'm starting to freak out. I know I took one with him. Anyways, a picture of Maxwell. But I was at the Texas Frightmare, and it was just fun just to be there and see everybody doing the dressing up with cosplay. All the new vendors that were there. Some old, some new, some small. Some there weren't really big ones anymore. Like they had some long table ones, but not like those massive ones that they used to have at the other. Like I guess the area's a little different, but all in all, it was a great experience. I had such a good time. I don't know where to begin. Well, I guess I'll go where I started. Like I got there, and I guess I got there around because it's a 3.5 hour drive from Austin to Dallas, Irving, and all that area. So it's so I think I left. I think I left at 11. I think I got there because I got there like at 3:30. And I remember being like, oh man, I only got like 1 hour to like relax, and with this 1 hour to relax, I have to wake up. I mean, I have to relax and get ready to go because you got to be at the door by 6 because opens at 7, I believe, or you have to be there at 5. VIP was at 5 because open at 6. Can't remember, but I remember I only had like an hour and a half or 2 hours. Like also my room wasn't ready, so I had to my womb wasn't ready. I had to go around and kill some time. So I went and bought some stuff for the room. And then I mean, they really hooked it up. Like I was so terrified to touch anything. Everything looked for sale, and it was like expensive, like $9 Snicker bars or something like that. I don't know, it was expensive. But yeah. So I went and got my VIP pass, and I still got 4. I only used 1 VIP. And I mean, I you couldn't really use it for you couldn't use it for like John Carpenter or Sam Raimi. You have to like wait in line, and then plus there was a lot of VIP. So we went to I finally went in, hung out for a little bit, ran into a few people I knew right away, and I was so excited about that. And then sorry, make you read something. And then I decided to like just wait in the little line and see when we were gonna get going for the going in for the VIP early. So I went early, and I just walked around, and the first person I saw was this gentleman right here. Oh, you know what? I gotta organize these real quick. So I saw this. I saw some people. I was like, I had a list that usually I'll do a list of people that I want to meet, and I will I'll take my time on my list. Oh yeah, you know what? I should have had this way prepared. I'm so sorry, everybody. No. Oh, I messed it up already. This is so sensitive. All right, let me just move 2 things up, and then we'll go from there. Because I literally just popped everything in. Where are we at? Here you go, right there. All right. Anyways, so let's begin the journey. So when I walked in, I was like looking at some of the vendors right away. But I was like, you know what? Let's go see who's here already, because it's just ready to it's just better to go there. And I was like number 3 or 4 to meet this gentleman, and I was like, hey, he's available. Let me go talk to him real quick. And I walked up to him, and I was like, yo, what's going on? Mr. Zach Gallagher. We all remember him from Gremlins. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Yeah. That was the first movie I saw of my father. That's what I remember. I think it was on HBO or something, but I saw it, and I really really enjoyed I mean, it was cool. Like I was really small, and I saw Gremlins number 1, and then I fell in love with it. And my son, I have showed him Gremlins 1, and he liked it. He was watching Gremlins 2, and he didn't like it so much. He got to the point where he got to like the Batman Gremlin, and he was like, no, I don't want to watch this one anymore. That scares me. So I was like, all right. But Zach Gallagher is also in a movie called Waxworks and the Waxwork 2. These are like B horror movies, I would assume. But God, they're really cool, and it's just basically like Waxworks 2: Lost in Time, 1992, rated R, 1 hour 44 minutes, comedy, fantasy, horror. In this sequel, a couple must use a portal through time to defeat evil. So they basically, it's like two characters, and they basically go through, like, I guess just different fantasies or just time frames. So like, the all the way to the Renaissance to like space to like Godzilla movies to like, they go through a bunch of, like, I guess just random movies. And I always thought that was pretty cool. I always thought that was a nifty idea, and the movie alone is just like a great movie. But the first one is too, is like, it's really horror. These movies are very graphic too, so they got like the cool death scenes, but they're very creative. And as you can see here in this background, I don't know about the movie. It's such a good movie. It's one of my favorite movies. When I saw this when I was a kid, I was like, whoa, you could do that in movies. You could put them all together, all these ideas. Give this one a watch. I actually saw it like 2 weeks ago. I was preparing for Texas Frightmare, and that was one I watched. And yeah, so once again, I met Zach Gallagher from Gremlins. So then this is why I was still in the VIP line. I started walking, and I remember I was like, all right, who do I got? Who was the list I had? I don't have like the list like go here. It's all random with the people. So what I did is I get the list, and I just kind of like see who's available, and I just make sure I cross them off and make sure I got them. So I just so I don't forget. And so I started going through the lines, and there was one gentleman that was only going to be there for Friday only, and I was like, oh, I really want to meet him, and so I just got in his line, and I was like number 3 or 4 in his line. Maybe I think I was number 5, and then the line behind me just grew. The VIP, it just grew once. But he was setting up his booth the whole time, and I was like, whoa, he's just setting up his booth, like he's just talking to us like normal, so cool. And he was just like getting there, and he was talking to us, and he was telling the first 2 people like why he only did Friday. I don't know, I didn't hear it, but I wasn't eavesdropping. I could just remember him saying like kind of repeated it a few times, and I was like, oh cool, so he's just here. He is only here for Friday, but he's like, I want to meet everybody. I'm here to meet all my fans. Anybody want anything? We're here to have a good time. And man, and this gentleman was I met was David Sheridan. Y'all might know him from Scary Movie as Officer Doofy. He was great. I had he has this vacuum. He stays a character. He's funny. I mean, he talks as himself, but he'll do character photos. And I did everybody was doing this look right here. He was doing this on everybody's photos, and I go, hey, give me a little different one. Give me this one. Give me the, oh man, what's that smell? Oh, my ass. And so I met David Sheridan, and the character Doofy. The way I'm assuming they got around this without like the special needs thing, is because he's actually the Kaiser Sose from spoilers from what's it called, The Usual Suspects. He plays he's actually a mastermind character. So it's a character playing another character, as you saw in like Tropic Thunder with Robert Downey Jr. So I think this is why he's able to get away with, or the movies are able to get away with this. But other than that, I don't find this offensive at all. And I think where it says when he was writing this out, because I like to get these made out for my son, and when he was writing out to my son, he was just talking to me, and we're having, I had such a great conversation. I didn't know that he was the Scream the whole time, that he was the Ghostface. So like in Scary Movie, I thought it was just him doing the acting scenes as Doofy, and I thought he was just like maybe the voice, because I did find out he was the voice before, so I was like, oh yeah, so he does the voice as well. So then I realized, oh wait, maybe he's maybe it's, well, when you just ask him, he's an open book. It was pretty cool. And here he is, Scary Movie. This is what is this, 2001, right? Or no, 2000. So there he is in the middle. He's actually the Ghostface, but I found out that he is the Ghostface throughout the whole movie. So not in costume and not costume, but he says because they had to use it for he was for the voice. So the voice of scenes is him. That's him right there. And the voices are because he has there's Doofy right there. There's as Doofy. So he's playing the David Arquette character, Officer Dewey from Scream. Was it 1996's Scream, Wes Craven? And yeah, so I didn't know that about him. I didn't know that was it. And that was so cool when I found that out. And and he said that they had to cut out the mouthpiece, and because he couldn't, because he does the voice low, and it was hard for them to hear him, so he had to like use his voice. But yeah, there he is. Like, what's this funny? Like a lot of the funny scenes. He's he's done a lot of good movies too. He's also in Ghost World. He did Hatchet, so he's in Hatchet. But he did this one movie we talked about. We talked about it for a minute, and it's Frank McClinsky, CI. I saw this movie. I've seen it. I like this movie a lot. I hadn't seen it in a minute, but what I did was I watched it this week. I watched it today. Well, I started last night and I finished it today. And what was I gonna say? I just fell back in love with it. But this movie had so many cameos. I was like, dude, these are like cameo movies before like cameo was like a really big thing, I guess. But he made this movie. He wrote this movie himself, or with a friend, and I thought it was amazing. I thought where is it at? Where is it at? I guess sorry, I'm on IMDb trying to pick it up real quick. Did I spell it right? I did it. Where are you at, David? It's from 2000, I believe. No, 2002. He's got 14 things coming up. Wow, he's busy. Oh yeah, that's why, because it stops right here. There we go. 2002. Or 2001, 2002. Here we go. Found you. So check it out. This is his movie. It's such a good movie because it's over the top, and I'm gonna say it is offensive.
Frank McCluskey.
Hey, Mr. Belvedere.
His best friend just got whacked, and the cops are sure they don't care.
You sure? Pretty sure.
Now, this ordinary guy has to solve a murder,
I'm gonna have to go undercover.
even if it kills him. Dave Sheridan is Frank McCluskey, CI.
This springy thing, you can't be too safe.
And that scene right there is he's basically playing he's just like a gymnastics, not really, I guess like a female too, but this is a great movie. It's Frank McCluskey, CI, 2002, PG-13, 1 hour 23 minutes, comedy. After his work partner is murdered, a gung-ho insurance claims investigator teams with a new female investigator to uncover a massive homicidal fraud the company seems to be perpetrating on its biggest clients. This is directed by Arlene Sanford, Mark Bettis, and Dave Sheridan are the writers. It stars Dave Sheridan, Cameron Richardson, and Randy Quaid. A lot of cameos in this movie. One thing I liked was it had who was his name? Here we go, Kevin Farley in this movie. Now, if he looks familiar, it's because this is Chris Farley's brother, and I think let's see, he's probably his top 4 movies. There he is. Let's see, his top 4 movies are probably going to be something. Let's see, Waterboy, Dirty Work, Love Stinks, and American Girl. Okay, I thought it was going to be like Black Sheep or something, but no, I think that's him in Black Sheep. But but if you look at this movie, it's got Kevin P. Farley in it, and he looks a lot like Chris Farley. Looks a lot like his brother. So kind of get not to say to underplay Kevin, but if you're a huge Chris Farley fan, you get to see him, like kind of see another version of him. It's pretty cool. But no, also I saw because I went to the convention and I was feeling happy. I watched Galaxy Quest, and Enrico Colantoni is in Galaxy Quest, and that's a movie about geek conventions or cons. There you go, Galaxy Quest, and we talked about that one on Side by Side Movies, Ben Garrett and I, and yeah, that was like he plays like one of the aliens, and they're one of the lead aliens, but it was kind of funny. But yeah, that's a movie I saw. I like it because the story that it's with Frank McCluskey is that he's very scared. And he doesn't look. I mean, he's wearing a freaking helmet throughout the whole movie. He's scared, doesn't take risks, and then little by little, he starts growing and he starts showing his change. He starts showing his development. He starts showing who he is. So I thought that was pretty cool. So then, Where else did I go? Okay, so I said this. So I have them over here. So it was Zach Gallagher, 2 Dave Sheridans, because I get them. So first it's always Maxwell, and then if I really want, it's me, and then we'll see after that. Haven't gone that far yet. Haven't got 3. Oh my. All right. So then what did I have to do? Okay, and then I had to kill a little time, and I heard earlier that it was, this is Friday night. I heard it was this gentleman's first time at a convention, and I was like, you know what? It's time to meet. I like meeting first timers. It's always fun to meet someone's first time. Like Trevor Furman was really cool. Who else was it I've met? That was their first time. Not Billy Zane. Who else? I forgot. I gotta remember. I got it written down. But I had some great conversations, and so here we go. I had met this gentleman. Where are you at? Here's the photo. This gentleman right here, John Allen Nelson. You might remember him from a movie called Killer Clowns from Outer Space. He plays the Sheriff Dave, or I mean the cop Dave, but he plays Dave. His quote was, "Shoot him in the nose, Dave." But I had a really nice conversation with him. He was really nice. He was super sweet. Oh, not him. I mean, he was cool too. Here we go. This one. He was super sweet. He was super nice. We had a good conversation. I don't know if you could tell us his boots. He has some nice boots. And we were just talking about his boots for a couple minutes and just having a good quality conversation. And I was like, this guy's super genuine, super nice, very good character. But it was cool. It was his first con. So, and if you ever get a chance, watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Let's go a little deep dive into it, right? Because that's what we're doing tonight. So I want to put in, because all of this is actually, I didn't realize it until like earlier. But I mean, until like not too long ago, that this episode is all going to wrap up at the end. So it all should make sense. But let's go deep dive into this. So we're going Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This movie I saw like when I don't know how old was I, maybe like 8 or 9 or something, and I saw it like on VH1, not VH1,
Something.
shot on like Showtime or something or Cinemax. But I remember I sat down and watched this. Like I watched this movie from the beginning to the end, and I was like, why didn't I see this movie in the theater? How come I didn't know about this movie? This movie's like, and it was like on a, I don't know, I was on a weird, like where they were showing a bunch of like older movies, and then this one popped up, and I watched this one. I was like, whoa, that's so cool. Oh wow, this is so cool. We have a breaking news. Breaking news. Watch this. We're doing this. Okay, hold on. Let's just keep talking. Let's keep talking. Okay, I'm a little excited now.
Thing happened. You see that? Something different. It's no shooting star. Why here?
There's John.
Why now? Why clowns? They've been knocking him dead all over the universe.
What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
Oh, that's a good one.
Soon they'll be
High
doing
death
it
count.
at a theater near you.
Killer clowns from outer space.
Well-made movie, man. This is a movie. They don't miss anything in this movie. They get every detail. Everything. Yeah.
Maybe they're just cruising through the galaxy and stopped here for a bite to eat.
You don't need a police pal, you need a psychiatrist. They want to play games? They're messing with the wrong guy.
What are you in for?
Killer clowns from outer space. It's crazy.
And I remember being such a young kid and being like, they spelled it
Like
with 2
any other-
Ks. Whoa, that's crazy. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, 1988. PG-13, 1 hour, 28 minutes. See, that's, man, this is like a really good runtime, really good movie title. PG-13 at that. That's awesome, because I guess a lot of the deaths are animated. I mean, are kind of make-believe, kind of crazy. Comedy, horror, sci-fi, because they're aliens. Aliens who look like clowns come from outer space and terrorize a small town. Director Stefan Kyoto. Writers Charles, Stephen, and Edward Kyoto. Stars Grant Kramer, Suzanne Snyder, and John Allen Delson. This is a well-made, well-executed, perfect. Look at, as a graphic designer, look at this. I mean, it's just so awesome. It's a clown hand spinning the world on the globe, and it's making chaos. And then it's the tagline is, "It's crazy." Like, wow, this is like looking back at things little by little. I'm taking more detail into things, But yeah, this is. I mean, I wish I could have met everybody else. I kind of budgeted to meet a lot more people, but something was telling me I was gonna need to save money, and I'm at the end of this episode, you'll find out why. Because I'm happy I did. So I just thought ahead, and I was like, something's telling me. So, anyways, we're cruising along, and I didn't actually meet him. I met him on my way out of Friday night, because before that, I went to go take a picture with none other than legendary film director John Carpenter. Yo, it's John Carpenter. I don't know where to begin with him. If we don't know who this is, then you're gonna get educated a little bit, not a whole lot, but you gotta like movies. You gotta like horror, sci-fi, adventure, you name it, he has done it. I always said that I'm a video game kid, and I always thought that what do you call it? Resident Evil, the movie, the first one. I always thought that it should have been made a little different, because they were still having a hard time making video game movies, right? And they went all crazy with it. I think what they should have done is I think was it Resident Evil came out first before. I don't think it came out at the same time. I don't remember, but Ghost of Mars, that movie, the way it's told like a detective movie. It's a John Carpenter movie. It's a really good movie. But I was like, you know what? That movie should be that's how way what do you call it? A movie should be told for Resident Evil. But yeah, like I was just like, that's a pretty cool movie. Where's that? Ghost of Mars. It has a good lineup too. But the way this movie's told, and it has like let's see, here we go. Ghost of Mars 2001, rated R, 1 hour 38 minutes, high death count too.
It was supposed to be a routine prisoner transport.
Williams was arrested on the suspicion of murdering 6 rail workers. The bodies were hung and decapitated.
But here, a million miles from home,
Hello?
Yeah, this
Anybody here?
So awesome.
Drop your weapon. I ain't going back.
they're about to discover nothing is what it seems.
We got a situation there. Everybody in the mart's gone inside.
What the hell is going on out there? Whatever used to live here, we woke it up. In Texas. I'm talking about a kind of possession.
Something's kicking out there. We need us, and we need you.
None of us is gonna survive if we don't stick together.
Come on. Time to stay alive. Second time I saved your life.
Yeah, run a town!
From the master of terror.
Go! Get out here!
John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars.
Damn, girl. I like you already.
This is a great movie. In 2176, a Martian police unit is sent to pick up a highly dangerous criminal at a remote mining post. Upon arrival, the cops find that the post has become a Charnel House, Charnel House, director John Carpenter, writers Larry Zolisk, John Carpenter, Natasha Hinchbridge, Ice Cube, and Pam Grier. Jason Statham is also in this movie. It's one of his first movies. I saw Natasha Hinchbridge. She's from Species. I saw her in real life in, what do you call it, in California in 2013 at a parade. She's beautiful. I was like, oh, wow, no wonder you're into movies. She's gorgeous. I was like, whoa, I was like, wow, she looks exactly like, some people don't look like how they look on TV. Species. But I was like, there goes, and she's in Ghost of Mars and the whole 9 yards. She's in quite a few movies. But yeah, I remember just being like, whoa, I love Species. Species was a cool movie too, growing up watching. When was it, 96? 95. Close. But let's see. All right, so I met John Carpenter, right? And so that was kind of the whole Friday night. So we stayed up late Friday night, kind of hung out, drank some beers, watched some fighting. Got really into just, I don't know, something about Texas Frightmare. The people, the family feel, the love, the understanding that I understand why my show's existing more and more, and why I do this. I know I just have to start it, and eventually it'll make more sense to me. And this after this weekend, this totally makes sense to me. What happened to me totally makes sense. And I'm like, okay, I think I understand how to navigate this thing. But it's just, man, there's like no hate, no. I mean, there's probably petty stuff I just don't know about because I'm older and I don't care and I just walk around, do my thing. I kind of just I can stick to myself. I have my friends there, and I have a lot of people there that I love to just see there. Like I said, Dallas, Topher. God, Topher is so cool, man. I met a gentleman named Bob White. I hope I get to work with him. He's a filmmaker. He was we met 2 years ago, and then like randomly I took a photo with him, and then he was next to the room to me, and we just hung out, and it's just great. Like mine, sharing like conversations, sharing experiences, like forgetting about all the bullshit in the world and just enjoying our presence with each other. I love these things. They're kind of like retreats for me, because it's nobody judges. A judge-free zone. Everybody loves each other. Everybody not love each other, but it's like everybody respects. There you go. Everybody respects each other. It's one thing to be nice to somebody, but I think respect carries way more weight than being nice. It's always good to be nice, but I think if you're respectful, you don't have to like somebody, but you have to be respectful, right? And well, that's what I teach my son, at least. That's what I picked up from life, and I think that's what it is about. You know, there's a lot of love for the people that we all love. So the same things we came here to get together. So I stayed up late Friday night, got the hangout. Oh, it's the hang. It's all about the hang, because it is. And I had a couple beers, nothing too much, just a few, just to keep me going. And then I tried these little edible gummies that had like mushrooms in them, which I think gave me extra energy, so I was able to like kind of vibe out a little bit. But yeah, I was up at 4. I was up by 7. Okay, yeah, all right. My mom's just trying to throw me some heat. All right, let's see. Wait, what happened here? Oh, wait, sorry. So I see I got an email. I guess I should talk about it real quick. Okay, so I guess we'll wait till that. We'll wait till there. That one we'll do it together. So I woke up. I went to bed at 4. Woke up at 7. I got ready because you had to be at the convention center by 10 for the VIP, which I should have got there by 9. So I could have got there earlier. But it's okay. It wasn't a horrible wait. But I used my I got in early on so it opened at 11. I got there at 10, and I had to wait a little bit. But I got to wait in line for Sam Raimi. So I started off my morning getting to meet Sam Raimi, and like I said, I budgeted for this, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna meet the people I want to meet. He was at Frightmare in 2019. I didn't get to see him then. I'm gonna see him now, and I kind of take it like this photo with John Carpenter. He's trolling us. If you see anybody that took a photo with John Carpenter at Texas Frightmare, this is what he does. You see how I'm handing off the glasses to him? We were talking right before that, and I go, hey, just pretend that these glasses don't work. And he was like, oh, no. And then, like, he goes, the lady that takes the photos goes, all right, you ready? 3, 2. And right, he said 1. He went up, took the photo, and then went back down. And I was like, oh man, you got me. But I started seeing we all started sharing our photos, and I was like, hey, he's doing the same exact pose in all the photos. But my friend Carrie and her husband killed it. They knew what to do. They're pros. I'm still learning, I guess, in a way. I'm figuring it out. Maybe my moves aren't the best because I should have. I don't know. I was like excited to meet him. Second time I met him online. We'll talk about that video soon. I have that posted. But yeah, there he is, John Carpenter. It was a great meet because just meeting him. But this other gentleman, so he's like, let's just put it in terms of concerts. John Carpenter is a headliner for me was Friday night, and then the headliner for me Saturday night was this other gentleman, another director, filmmaker, creator. Started from really young and worked their way up to understanding how to make movies. And usually, like the way it usually goes, it's one or the other. When you meet like some really, really, like you saw that Ghost from Mars, it said John Carpenter's Ghost from Mars, John Carpenter's Vampires, John Carpenter's Halloween. He's got his name on it, right? So he's really, really big. So those are kind of like they're either you're gonna have a good time or it's gonna go south. Hey, what's up, Daniel? What's up, Blue? I'm drinking club soda, I'm burping. Dude, I just got back from Texas Frightmare, so just doing a recap of everybody that I met. So you just walked in real quick. Let me catch you up real fast, buddy. Check it out. The credits. This is what I've talked about so far. Let's see. I've met, start off here, Zach Gallagher, a compa from Gremlins. I met Doofy. Remember? That's David Sheridan. And then who else have I talked about real quick? Oh, I haven't gone that far yet. There was John Carpenter. And then have I not gone that far? Ooh, I better catch up. Run out of time. Yeah, so that's right. Oh no, over here. There's John Allen Nelson from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And then I got to John Carpenter. So now we're starting Saturday morning. This is Texas Frightmare Saturday morning at 10 a.m. waiting in the line to meet none other than Sam Raimi. So I got in line to get his signature. Here it is. So I got to mail to my son. So he goes to Maxwell, beware the evil dead, Sam Raimi. One thing I did not expect. Also, and from the New Girls, right? The what? Dave from New. I think so. What do you call it? I met Sam Raimi, right? So when I met him, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna get out of him. He's a professional. He's cool. I just finished reading an audio. I read it and I heard the audiobook for If Chins Could Kill by Bruce Campbell, which I really want to meet him this year. So hopefully I'm gonna get this happening. What do you call it? But Bruce Campbell is it talks about Sam Raimi a lot because they're childhood friends, or they kind of met they knew each other in junior high and then kind of started hanging out in high school, and then outside of high school they really hung out, and then outside of college and whatnot. But that's in his book. This is like a filmmaker's dream guide. But Sam Raimi's a lot in there, and what do you call it? So I was just talking to him, and you get a kind of how Sam is looks kind of direct, right? So as I'm talking to Sam Raimi, I just tell him that let's look it up real quick. I wanted to show everybody. If you look up I need to get back on it. I've only saw like the first 2 episodes. I really need to grind it. I need to grind it out. I think I'm gonna have some time, so I'll be able to do that. But let's look at what was I gonna say? Where were we at? Oh gosh, I just forgot that thing with their mouth. Oh man, let me see. Let me go back over here. Sorry, I forgot where I was at. So so when I was meeting Sam Raimi, I was talking to him about his first movie, Evil Dead. Well, they made a lot of movies actually. It's not his first movie, but he what do you call it? Let's see. There we go, 1981. So this is their I guess first feature, the first movie that they really like. What do you call it? Like this is the one that made them, I guess. But check this out. So when I was younger, I saw this VHS, and he has it in the VHS. This behind the scenes, and everybody that knows me knows I love behind the scenes stuff.
Sound 1079.
You know, and they're just having fun. That's what he tells me. If you look at this, look, they're just
Scene
playing
56
around.
HC, take 3, sounds 613.
Okay, dart anytime. Again.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Coming.
You see this? You could kind of mimic that. You can see they're showing you how to do this.
Okay, go ahead.
This is really like a regular camera, like a regular. Anybody can do it. That you just anybody can do this.
Rolling.
Slide.
You know,
Scene 56B, take 2, sound 565.
Now, ready, and action.
this is one of the first things I saw that really stuck out to me. Oh, there he is. There's Bruce. I just pierces it. I see it, as you can see, acting an art form, like right here. This helps me really understand it. For some reason, it connects the dots in my head real clear. There's Bruce. This is like stage. This is like theater. It's so beautiful. And he just likes making movies. That's all. He just loves doing this. You know, on VHS, you really don't rewind. You just keep watching through. I never really, because it was just, and plus a lot of VCRs started coming out without the rewind button. They just have to fast forward. So if you want to rewatch it, you have to go all the way over.
Scene 101C, take 4, sound 1009.
See, so this is how you can like go to film. So this is like what Robert Rodriguez does, you know, Kevin Smith. This is why I enjoy a lot of these filmmakers, because they're showing you all this stuff. So when I told him about that, so as he's filling this out for my son, I told Sam Raimi, I go, you know, I saw that as a kid, and sometimes that could go wrong when you meet somebody, because you don't want to age anybody, but I'm trying to be honest, and I don't want to say what I just saw this yesterday. I've been a fan for 2 days. No, I want to say I saw it when I was younger, and it impacted me, and it was a good thing for me. So thank you, but I don't know how to say it sometimes, because I'm just kind of excited. But I try to go like that. I try not to like offend anybody or anything. But you know, I'll say when I was a kid, I would watch your movies, and I got a hold of the VHS, and I think I got it I think it was just a VHS that was there for that, or I remember like I got it from like Green's Video, like one of those local mom and pops in my hometown, and I remember watching that, and then I remember being like, oh, that's so cool, it makes sense to me. And then I started watching those HBO ones, but I told him, I go, hey, I saw that and it really inspired me. And he stopped and he goes, oh, that's awesome, something I made, you do now. I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, cool. So we had this little moment, talked a little bit, and then after that I walked away, and I was like, I had been thinking about, because like I said, I was trying to budget friendly for this. I don't want to get in too big of a financial hole where these are expensive. These things can't add up the way I do it. Like, you just got to plan them out right. And right now it's the beginning of con season, so you have to really convention season. I'm gonna call it convention season, because you really have to plan these out, because they're and some of these people I'm already repeating, so I'm kind of like not trying to see too much. But oh no, my light went out. But what do you call it? Let's see. But yeah, so we talked, we had a good time, and then I asked them about his, directing your little brother. And he goes, I don't know, he's right there, you go ask him. So I walked right over to go see none other than Ted Raimi. And where's the photo at? Where is he at? Hold on, I got the Ted Raimi. Where are we at? Here we go. Boom. So him and Bruce Campbell, they have this audio book that they made on audio, and it's called what's it called? The Hollywood. Oh, let me get it right. I don't want to mess this up. But it's called because I want to say it right, because I said it wrong last time, and I don't like doing that. It's called one second, please. Library. The Lost Recordings, Volume 1, Hollywood. And this basically gets me through work on certain shifts. James Lipton presents The Lost Recordings. But it's just Sam and Ted playing two characters. So they're playing like one, they're playing one's like Bruce Campbell plays like Ronald Reagan, Jack Nicholson as a Joker. He plays Elvis, obviously. He plays John Wayne. He plays a lot. Robert Beecham. God, that Bob Meacham sketch is hilarious. And then Tim Ramey will play the other characters. Like he'll play like who's he play? Tim Burton. He plays a lot of directors and just directing the characters. But it's such a like they're like from like the 50s and 40s or like the 80s, like these movies. And God, so hilarious. And I thank Ted for that. I was like, thanks for making this. I kind of use it to go through work, and because it's so funny to listen, unplug. And my job is manual labor. We'll get to this. Man, we're getting all this adds up. I found out all kind of adds up at the end. But what do you call it? All right. So when I met Sam, I was like, you know what? I was budgeting it. I didn't want to do this, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get the photo op because it's pricey, and I got it. And I went and took my photo with him, and I was like, hey, he was very interactive. He's so cool. Check this out. I took a photo with Sam Raimi, and this is what I did. I directed the director. I asked him, do you think I could direct the director? And he goes, yeah, go for it. And we had it was so cool. I had such a good time. He was like, it was perfect. I didn't even expect it to be this fun. Like he's such a cool hang, such a good conversation. Got to know him a little bit, just a little microsecond. But man, he was so cool. So that motivated me and I wanted to get a signature, but I tried to use the VIP. Couldn't. It was already maxed out. Or you could, but the line was extremely long because it was just long. And then the night I had to wait for Saturday, which I didn't. I wanted to be there Saturday and Saturday night, but I had to go to I went to a family reunion, which I had such a great time catching up. But that was after the event. That's why I drove from. I was in San Antonio on Friday. I was in Dallas. I was in Austin on Friday mornings, Dallas and Irving at Friday night, Friday morning Irvin, and then in San Antonio, and then back in Austin. That was a kind of a gauntlet, but it was all right. I made it. I'm here. So sun's going around, and I'm kind of just like, all right. So I went to go take a nap because between Ted and I took that photo with Sam, but I started cleaning up, and I was like, all right, who do I need to get? There's one person I just noticed his line was like super long, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna get him, and I was like, oh wait, there's no line, and there's nobody in this VIP line, so I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I jumped in, and they said yeah, which actually turned into a pain in the ass because it was like a freaking comedy. Like the ATM, I had to go to the ATM, so I went. I forgot this. You have to use cash only on some people. Some people are only cash. So I went from the beginning of the entrance all the way to the back to go see who was available. And sure enough, that actor was available. Waited in line for a little bit, and the guy was like, "Cool, you're next, VIP." And then I forgot I needed cash, so I had to go all the way back to the ATM. My Chase debit card has not been working well because it wasn't connecting to the ATM, and I put it to the ATM. I mean, I had to wait. Like it was taking like 10 minutes to process. So I ended up waiting 20 minutes at this ATM just to see because I tried it and it didn't work, and I tried it again. So I had to use my other debit card and it worked. And so I went back all the way back, and there I am. I got back into the actor's line, and then I had to wait. I waited like 10 minutes just right for him. There's two people in front of me, and we're waiting for him. He was making a tea, and it was just, and he was playing music, and he was playing like, that kind of music. And well, that actor was none other than Keith David. Him, I had to tell him too, the glasses don't work. He started laughing. The glasses don't work for me. And Keith David. Here, I had him write a quote, and the quote doesn't go with the movie, but the look is pretty what I was going for. So, he's in The Thing. He's in like Men at Work. He's in They Live. He's in a lot of movies. He was just on Rick and Morty as a voice actor. He's in a lot of things. What's the other one? The Disney one. He plays a lot of Disney. He's like a lot of villains. He's also like, apparently I found out he was like the Mufasa. He was gonna be a Mufasa, but then they got James Earl Jones. There's a quote out there, but he plays one of the characters in Something About Mary. So in Something About Mary, he plays the dad. And let's see if I can find it real quick, because this is what I was like, because Something About Mary is the farthest brother, I believe. And zipper scene, there he goes. He plays the dad. And let me just see if I can cut it down real quick. And I don't want. Hold on, 1 second. Okay, here we go. it's quick. It's actually the beginning of this little thing. All right, here we go. So from Something About Mary, he has this little scene.
What's that bubble there? What do you think? It's a... Well, how the hell did you get the beans above the frying? I mean, I don't know. What's it like?
How'd you get the beans above the Frank? So I was looking at this photo and I was getting made to my son. I go, hey, can you do something about the beans of the Frank? And he goes, don't get the Frank. Oh, we get the beans above the Frank. like, don't you get those beans above the Frank? It was a cool meet. So then as we're getting at the end, so I was like, all right, I'm getting at the end of this little journey of the story I'm doing. I was like, all right, cool. I got him. I wasn't expecting because his line was crazy. Like John Kaiser, the Crypt Keeper, it was no way. His line was so long. It was ridiculous. Like, and you couldn't use VIP for him. They had to switch him from Fridays because he had like very deceiving table because it was kind of split. So you thought he was in the small little section. He wasn't. They had to move the over to the side and front, and it was like a lot. And so he had like a long line. But you know, I was going through it. And I was like, you know, I got to get some of these people. And there's some people that didn't really have anybody, so I just snuck in and got them. And the two of the last people I got were Serena Vincent. Where's the photo at? Sorry, I did this all last second. I don't have the photo uploaded. You know what? I guess I go. Okay, before I go there, so I went and I took a photo with one of the stars from, I guess it's a 2020 movie or 2021. Here we go. Dakota Beavers. He's from Prey. He's the brother. And what do you call it? He was really cool, really nice young man. He was down to earth. We had a good little conversation about his characters, about his experience on the movie. It was something if he did he like what do you call it? Did he want to do it? I mean, is this something he's always wanted to do, or is it just like? And he just said, yeah, he just started acting and he just fell into it and started doing it. So I was like, oh, that's cool, man. So you know, but also just like ask him like, what was his favorite scene in the movie to be? Hold on, I know I got this photo somewhere. Oh God, where did I put it? Oh, you know what? I forgot to show you about Ted. I'll show you right now. Anyways, so I got to meet him, and you know, he's there yet. He had a scene with a horse. And I mean, it's a bunch of scenes with the horse. He said those were his favorite scenes, ones with the horse. So there he is, dressed, got a signature. But yeah, that was cool. And I also met Serena Vincent. I can't find the photo I have with her, but here she is from what do you call it? This Cabin Fever. So she's the one of the heroes in that one, or one of the leads. And yeah, it was such a good meet. She was cool. Had a really good conversation with her. And here's Ted Raimi. This is why I was laughing, because he's Sam Raimi's little brother. So Ted always had to do certain characters for Sam, and he just put him in the movie. But you know, Ted didn't mind. So I got my little brother Bobby. So I think we're gonna start putting him in some stuff. I mean, we've been putting a little bit of movies here and there, but for the most part, you know, this is it. This is what I did. Okay, well, so now we're in. Not bad. Okay, let me tell you what I just did right now. So I'm flying out this weekend to go be in the Pancake Man, and I got my costume already. So I got kind of what I got my stuff to like fit for me, and it's gonna fly out. You know, fly out there, arrive next day to the scene, and fly back. So it's gonna be a quick little thing. And I think the fact that I'm like doing stuff like this, even if it's not like a big movie or if it's just something fun or just to be part of something, and I want to keep growing with this. You know, this is good for me as an actor to get like better exposure, to get better practice, to really take this career serious. Because there's a certain part where I'm at the conventions, I'm like meeting people and hanging out and having a good time, and you know, it's such a great feeling. It's like, I'm like, man, these people love movies. And when I talk to them about movies and they find out I can make movies, find out I'm an actor, like, we want to see you in stuff. I want to see you in something. Come on, go in anything. And I'm like, what do you like? What kind of movies? Just any horror movie, be in a movie. I want to see you in a movie. And you start seeing these people and they really start believing in you. And I come from an area where they don't believe in you. I was born like to always like kind of hate myself. It was definitely taught not to like care for myself. and whether it was like not shown or it was just being around the environment I was in. So it was always kind of hard to like be around. Like I always trying to feel like I want to fit in, but it never works for me. And going with these people out there, and it's complete strangers, having a great time, not even arguing with anybody, not even fighting, just like loving each other and caring for each other, and then like just watching out for one another, you know. And I think right now times are really hard. I think this is what this whole show's about. My Manic Mondays is movies and mental health, because this is where the movies part that I love, that help me stay sane, that keep me on track, that helps me want to pursue my dreams, pursue what I want to do, pursue who I want to be. This is what it's all about. And I mean, I took this photo because, man, this is how I felt when I left. This is exactly how I was feeling. I was just like, and I took this because my brother Bobby really inspires me to. He's just like, have fun with it, right? He's like, he supports me a lot, and he's always got my back. So he what do you call it? I don't know. I took that. I was like, I was in the mood. That was my last photo I took. I was on my way out, and because I checked out early. I drove down to the family reunion. I had a great time. Got caught up with a lot of cousins, a lot of uncles and aunts, and it's like I said, extended family. It wasn't my my immediate family, or like like the people I was raised with. It was a lot of the second gen is what I'll call them, third generation family members, and that was great. It was just cool talking. A lot of people were interested. A lot of people see my stuff on social media. A lot of family members. We just talked about like the garden and the movie stuff, and I never brought up the Texas Frightmare. I just said I was at a convention, and my cousin Javier I said I was at a horror con, and he heard the word horror con, and he was having a day with it, and I was like, oh, yeah, sure. I go, yeah, they'll probably be cheaper, and I was just joking, but I thought that was funny that they I'm educating some of my family members about what I do. It's just more of a hobby I'm learning to like appreciate. I'm learning to I put money into it just because I enjoy it. I enjoy unplugging. I enjoy meeting people. I wish I went more kind of on a purpose, and I got a lot of things on that like gold mine, but I wasn't really like, because I really wanted to go to the reunion, so I kind of just felt I had to get what I needed so I could make sure I got it, so I wouldn't feel like I missed out or something, or I make sure I got what I wanted, what I put. So I focused on that, and then because it was a 4 hour and 40-minute drive, so I had to like leave early because I didn't want to show up super late. I showed up 2 hours late, but I was just a big pain. But I picked Sam Raimi as the quote of the night, because I think it is important, and I think there's like I said, I'm gonna say something serious at the end of the show, and I'm getting to the end about the hour mark, and as I've been thinking about it all day, what I'm gonna say and what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just going to be open enough about it, but I'm not going to get too specific or too many details, because it is a serious thing that happened to me, and I just try to find all the positive things I can in my life that I can focus on, that I can hold on to. And so I was like, all right, let's look up Sam Raimi quotes, and I found this one. It says, every filmmaker knows that when you make a book into a movie, the first thing you have to do is kill the book. Unfortunately, you have to recreate it. Meaning that the book is written one way and the movie is done another way. And this is how I interpret it, right? The book is on a different type of story, and the movie is a different type of story. 2 different mediums, 2 different arts. But you could take one from the other, and they can help each other feed each other. So the thing about, like, you gotta. When I read this, I just read about my past. I felt like I'm 39. I'm going to my 40th, going into my 40s. I'm looking forward to that. I'm one of those people that I am enjoying my time. I do love what I do. I do love my life. And filmmaking is something I've always done. I've always enjoyed, and now I really want to take it to the next level and take it serious. Acting as well. I don't do enough acting. I need to do more acting. I wish I'm making time now, and now I'm going to have some time, so I've been practicing and getting ready to do more acting. But like I said, I'll be in Pancake Man this weekend. And then, I did Desert Fiends. Remember the Sean C. Phelps movie where I was killed? And by the way, see, this is what I mean. So here I am being bloodied, murdered in Desert Fiends. That's Scott, and that's Carrie. And Carrie was a Texas Frightmare. She's the one that had an awesome photo with John Carpenter. That Desert Fiends. That's a movie I'm in. I have 10 seconds or something. Maybe I play the fellow they call Ricky Morton, but I have a very vulgar line, so sorry about that. But even like this, like Scott Shelfer from Clerks, This is a They Live quote that a John Carpenter movie. He's here to kick ass and take names. But he goes, I'm here to kick ass. I'm here to chew bubblegum, kick ass. I'm all out of bubblegum. This is truly is the gum guy from Clerks. He's here to kick ass and sell bubblegum. And he's all out of bubblegum. But, you know, things like that, taking reality and fantasy and mixing them, crossing them. So I haven't reached out to anybody yet, but I'm supposed to be a voice in Amityville Horror. But let's see how that goes. I'm going to also be helping out Cindy Sanabria in Merciless Christmas this December. And that'll be shot in New York, I believe the Bronx. And then I saw two things, and I just made a big one. So remember, IndieGoGo is what I'm doing. So if you want to follow me doing this is what I'm doing again. You know, but you got to have set. I got to have, like, you got to understand how sets work or something. I don't know. Do whatever. Figure it out. But, like, you got to understand that you're on a movie set, and on a movie, it's just enjoy it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you could be at work or you could be at home doing nothing, bored, thinking of horrible things instead of doing beautiful things, right? It's just better to do things that are positive, in my opinion. So let's see. Well, let's me do this real quick because I started watching these movies right now. So I watched the first one. I watched the original one, and then I started watching the sequel. So I'm halfway through the sequel, and I got an email right here because I should do this real quick. Let me do this real quick while we're live on air. This is so cool. I got to look up myself real quick on IMDb because I need to send in my my IMDb real quick. Oh, wait, wrong person. Because let's see. Oh, I have to do a better email. It'll be better through email because I just got an email telling me that I need to send it in because I'm going to be part of this movie coming up. And it's a franchise movie. And it's a horror movie. And as soon as I saw this a couple months ago, I was like, oh man, I really got to be in this movie. I gotta see if I can do this. I gotta see if I can be what do you call it? Cool. All right, check it out. All right. So I saw this, and it just brought me back because my cousin Marco, the guy who does the intro music to my show, he's been a pretty good inspiration for me growing up, man. That guy was kind of like my older brother, kind of my mentor in a way. You know, we kind of just went through movies, you know. Hold on, sorry. Let me just write awesome, and I'm looking forward to it. And there we go. Check it out. I'm just writing finishing the email. All right. So I got an email here, and it says, hey, CJ, shoot me over a link to your IMDb page. I'll get the script over to you later tonight and get you added to the page. Thanks for joining the team and cast. We shoot Monday, September 18th in Kansas City, Missouri. Blah, 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 blah. Sent to my IMDb. And what movie am I going to be in? None other than... Oh, come on. I should have had this ready. Well, actually, I got to go to the IMDb page because that's where everything's at. I'll just tell you anyways. I'm going to be in Critters, the fan movie. So let's see if I can find it real quick. Do you remember Critters? I remember just watching the movies as a kid and just loving them. And now as I'm older and I figure out their comedies, I was just like, these movies are scary. And remember this, guys?
Of all the planets in the galaxy, they chose ours. They hide in small places.
This phone is dead.
What? They light the dark.
Jay, any luck?
Just a minute.
There's nothing cute about them. They've come a long way, and they're hungry.
Get
made by. So this is the movie. This is the original movie, Critters. It's well made, actually, for just like a regular. I don't know if I call it. I think it is a B horror movie, but man, I don't know. I mean, it came out when I was 4, but I remember watching these movies when I was really young and just like falling in love with them. They're so cool. So I'm not gonna lie, with the help of my mother, I asked her to help me out, and she helped me get the Critters package out of the IMDb. I mean IMDb out of the Indiegogo. Where are we at? All right, here we go. So let's see. Yeah, so it's official. Critters all you can eat. So I got a roll. And a lot of the thing I love about the movie Critters, what I got out of it just from watching it yesterday, was that it's about a family who gets attacked by creatures, right? And the family, how they have to stick together, and the children step up. They have to, they're not going to make it. So I think I just helped them get over the hump. So check this out. One thing I loved about, so I was watching the movie because I had to really think about, like, am I going to do this? Am I going to fly to Kansas? And because they're doing it in the original movie. It's a Robbie Lopez film. So here goes. They need $12,000. So if you want to, you could already start helping out because I'm going to be in this movie. It was at $4,000. I now jumped it up to $5,000. Remember, I don't have money. I had to borrow. I had to take out a loan. But check it out. All you can eat. We're back. I want to be in the movies. This is what I want to do. And right now, with working so much and working on all those projects and things, it's hard for me to kind of do my own stuff. And at this point, I'm just doing whatever, right? Something happened to me this past weekend right after the reunion that I think it's probably one of those life-changing things for sure. So, hey, look, they're bringing back, what is his name? I just said something the other day. So, yeah, you're getting more, so you get more casts. What is this? What was his name? Eddie Dezine. So he's in the part 2 and part 3, I think. Or he's also been in Grease, 1941, Polar Bear Express, Dexter's Laboratory. So, they said they're going to get another famous actor, in this one. But, yeah, these perks are pretty cool. So just make a movie, just come out in it. It'd be fun. You get, with the perk, you also get like a DVD. So that's the main thing, you get the DVDs and IMDb credit. That's what I'm focusing on. But, yeah, so I'll be helping out in this movie. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I'm sharing it with everybody right now. Not a whole lot of people seeing it right now, but we'll see where this goes. We'll see where I can project myself with this thing. Let's see where, I'm looking forward to it. I had reached out to Robbie and, I had what do you call it? I had reached out to him to be like, hey, I had a question about it. And, he sent me back a video with the critters. And it was a little 9-second video, like, beat it, you're going to need you get to play this character. And he told me about this character named Mitch. So I don't know if we're giving away too much information or what. I have a small little, it says leading role. But I don't know. Probably we'll see what it goes. But he says, I think, honestly, like, it sounds funny, right? A lot of people can't get it. Especially, I'm tired of explaining to people why I do this. So want to just do it. Like, I just like to enjoy doing stuff like this. I enjoy it. And 2, this totally beats the audition process for me. I have completely, like, you go through those auditions and you spend time trying to figure out what they want, and they give you these cold readings, and it's like, do they like you or do they not like you? That's basically what they're doing. Because I can do that on my side too. When I've done auditions and I've seen people, and I'm on both sides, and it's really like daunting. It's tiring, and it's the stereotype stuff that they want certain characters to look a certain way, and I'm just kind of like, this is just acting. These are just characters. As long as you get the emotion out and the good story, it's gonna come out. And that's why horror movies I really love. You could never go wrong. They're pretty honest. Critters is kind of like, it's on. They had a family. I'm from a broken home, and being raised the way I was raised is pretty hard and it's pretty rough. But you see this family going through something, instead of like attacking each other or instead of turning on each other or hurting each other, they're helping each other, figuring it out. Like, I just don't understand why someone can't see that, and like, just a movie, right? But it's like there's gestures there, and it doesn't have to be like your ethnic background or your culture or where you're from. It's just, you're just seeing a story, you're seeing a movie, and that's all it is. And I want to say I've used movies to navigate through my life and maybe kind of help me out and figure things out. And now that I've learned so much, I put so much education into this, I think I figured out, like I said, what my Manic Mondayz is about, what my Manic movies is going to be. And I'm not saying I think I know what it is. I just don't want to talk about this topic, but it's because it's going live, and it's going to be out there. But I need to talk about it because it's a serious topic. Because this is what the whole mental health thing is. I work on myself. I focus on myself. I do what I have to do to get where I need to be. Some people in my family don't. Some people in my family are very negative, very toxic, very violent. Some people in my family like to take out their anger with force. And I've had enough with this one individual that keeps attacking me. So I was physically attacked by a family member the other day. Not the reunion, after the reunion. I got my hand broken again. I got my skull. I have a crack in my skull. And I have hair ripped out of my head because this individual was lashing at me, ripping hair off my head. So I'm wearing a hat. I feel embarrassed. But that being said, I defended myself. I did what I had to do. Got a situation. No longer will talk to this individual ever again. But I will say that with that quote about the book and has an end, I'm tired of playing this damn story. I'm tired of this going through. I'm tired of this. It's enough. And this is what my show is. I've created this show so one day I would need it to show my voice and protect myself. And this is what it is. This is who I am. And I make the show so I can share my life, some of it, and share the good parts of it. But it does have a lot of dark and nasty parts to it. And one part just keeps coming back and coming back. And it's something that I love, but I have to let it go. And it's really hard for me because it's something that I thought by now things would work out, but I've tried so hard and they don't. And I have to let it go. So that way, also I'm hurting, I'm bad. Like I'm missing work again because this individual tends to want to fight me all the time. And I don't understand because I'm going to win every time. I've never lost. And I didn't lose again. But I'm actually missing work this week. I'm going to be in a movie. I was to do headshots. I had headshots on Wednesday. I can't do because my face is swollen. I got a bruise right here, and like my crack, like I said, my head's cracked. As I tell you these people, I share this. This is what my show is about. This is who I am. I'm a guy that's just trying to live life and figure it out. I have quotes here that I use. One day you will tell your story about how you overcame what you went through, and it will be someone else's survival guide. If this is what I got to say for people to help each other out, for someone to look at me and see, not now, 10 years, I'm with my son. This is what I'm here for. I'm here, and I'm here to just kind of let you know it's okay, but sometimes it's not okay. And this was my fault. I should have left way ahead of time, and I tried to just be friendly, and this is what happens. But I have that quote. I have tons of quotes in my house. I have them up so my son can see them, so he can be positive too. I want him to think positive, be a positive person. Because in my background, I don't have that, and it's going to end with me. Because I don't want generational hate. I don't want it to keep going. There's no reason for it. And a lot of the border mentality is like that, and I don't know. It's not healthy. It's not safe. It's very toxic. From my experience, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. And as I have spoken to a lot of people, and I think that's where my motivation comes in. I think I've just had a lot of conversations with people that got tired of it, and I think I've taught myself enough to do this, learn this, to do this. So right now I'm banged up, I'm down, but all I have to do is apply myself. This is one of my favorite quotes. This is from one of my comedian friends, Leonardo Joni. You ever get a chance to see her? She's very vulgar, very honest, but god damn, she's funny. I'll probably do promotion videos on her because this is what I need to do. My body physically right now, I can't work because I do manual labor job. It takes care of me. So I've been doing the job for a year and a half. I'll be honest, I am kind of tired because the job is very mundane. It's very bum, 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 bum. But the thing I love about it is you see your work, and when your work is done, it's done. It's over. And you see what you have to do. And I like that. I like those kind of goals, project oriented. I don't like just standing around waiting because I was a waiter for 9 years. I got tired of waiting, And now, working at the theater, learning how to be a better actor, a technician, being an open micer. I'm not a stand-up comedian. I'm an open mic comedian. I'm barely beginning. Couldn't go on stage tonight because I have my material ready. I don't feel comfortable being able to stand. My head, I still feel a little woozy. It's like I'm more sore than I am, but my wrist is broken, so I can't move my hand. And it's 3 weeks before basketball starts. So this happened 10 years ago. I got into it with this individual, and the same thing happened. I broke my hand and had to wait the first game out basketball, but we won the season, so we'll see. But right now I'm working on still going back to with the power within. There are two things I'm focusing on. I got the house almost done renovated. I got the studio just it's at 98%. I can't get that last key turned because it's electrical. So we'll see. But I think also this is what we made, that shirt I made for Alan Danziger and Horror Fans for Healing. I think this might be something that I need to look into with him and them, and we should start something again, because family violence, domestic violence, all that shit, it's not worth it. It's horrible. And for people to think they can do that, it's wrong. People think they can put their hands on someone else and touch them and push them around. Like, it's not healthy, especially when you're bigger than them and they need to learn to leave you alone, and not be so aggressive and grab you and try to choke you. But I'm over it. I'm done. And I have I'm looking at this right now, like Desert Fiends. I was in Desert Fiends. I got to meet these two beautiful individuals. I got to be in a movie with them, where we're talking about like doing another one, trying to figure out how we can all three be in another movie, which is so cool. Now we're social media friends. It's like such an awesome thing. We got to. I ran to Carrie again. Got a selfie with her, and then I was able to take my brother. It was such an awesome time. This is my brother Bobby. And so I think about stuff like that. Like there's better memories out there. There's better things to do than stay home and argue or watch toxic television, watch people reality fighting each other, watching videos of people just constantly belittle each other, commenting, reading comments, talking bad about each other, like getting stuck. That's weird. Like, I know people are gonna have that. I know there's different kind of addicts. I know there are people that struggle from things and they can't get into it. I know people suffer from losses. I know people suffer from CTE, from head trauma. I know a lot of this, and everything's different. And there's just certain ways you got to handle certain things. But this is my baby right here. So I'm out. I can't work right now. I'm probably not gonna get paid for the next 2 weeks. So to make some money on the side, I'm gonna sell my shirts. So I'll be pushing that up tomorrow. My Manic, these shirts, the My Manic Mondayz t-shirts, they're gonna go on for sale. There was a good photo at. I'm gonna put them for sale, and I want to reach grow my brand and see if I could see what I can do, because I know I've been waiting along, and majority of this waiting time was for my son to get ready to go to school, and he's already getting ready to go to school, and he's already old enough, and I'm lucky right now because I'm all broken, but he's not here. He's with his grandma on vacation. I have a lot of things planned this week, so it was easier for him to just go on vacation, and I can take care of him when I get back. But it's just, I haven't explained to him what would happen to me. It's gonna be kind of rough. I FaceTimed him; it was okay, but like, this is what my show is. So we're gonna see where I take this, see where I go with this, because I'm still going, I'm still moving around. This is convention season, and I'm gonna have a good time, and I'm gonna figure out where I need to go, because there's quite a few conventions that are in Texas. That was just one of them. But man, I love you, Frightmare family. You guys are like some of the dopest people I've ever met in my life, and I've met a lot of people. As a waiter in a rich little suburb, you get to meet a lot of people, and then when you go work on a small little hole in the wall, you meet a lot of people, and then when you yourself hang out at bars all the time, you meet a lot of people. Who's going? My brother? Yep, my brother. He's waiting to hang out. But yeah, dude, I have I'm gonna be in Critters. I can't believe, like, that's so awesome. Get to be in a movie that it's still time for me, even though it's a fan film and it might not go anywhere. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do you another one if anybody's watching. So I did say I did save some money, because I saved a lot of money at Texas Frightmare from not what do you call it? Not really getting everybody. Like, I wish I would have got the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but I didn't have this perk yet, so I don't have anything to really show up to. But now I do. I'm getting educated on it. And the kill count itself, James A. Janice is actually doing he's out of town. Or he's out of town. So he's got somebody sub in for him. But they're doing it at Critters. So it's just like, Critters is all over the place. Might as well do it, But yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited. I need to practice my lines. I need to find an acting coach. I got the perfect acting coach in mind. I know. I hope I didn't let him down from something a year ago, because he reached out to me, but I couldn't get back to him. But I get it now. And also I was spending my time in too many places, and I think now that I've been spending more time in Austin and spending here, this is my home. I need to spend more time in my home, and I got my backyard studio almost set up, and that's where I need to put my foot. I can't finish it, so I am going to lose a little bit of money, because I gotta pay somebody to do some work, but to finish it for me. But like I said, we'll see where I do. I got my paintings I can sell. I got my T-shirts, I got my branding. I'm trying to grow this thing. See what we can do with it. See if I can bring some help. Oh, and also I'll share this because with every shirt that I sell, I will donate. Where are you at? Because of my lucky number 15. Where did I put you? Here we are. Because of my buddy Scott Schiaffo, who's been like a great, like I don't want to call him mentor, but a great friend. I don't know which charity to pick. So he's one of the best people I know. So Angels of Animals .org is his charity he always donates to. So, and I'm not really I have a turtle. You know, we have a turtle at my house. His name's Slow. You'll start to see him because Slow got super big. And but I'm gonna donate 15% to all from all sales, gross sales. Just gotta go over there to donate to the animals. Yeah, and then as I start growing, because maybe Horror Fan for Healings will get more attention from me, because that one's already established. That's already from Scott. Like I already know. I don't have to think about it. I'm just gonna go send it. I want to do good. I want to help because I like I said, I'm a pet guy, but I'm not like a diehard like owning animals and stuff. Like, so you know, turtle for me is just cold blooded. It's kind of like a fish, kind of cool, but you still gotta maintain some, take care of them. But I want to get him a tank. He got big. He got so big. He's like the size of a football now. And I got him his tank. He's got growing his tank. So I want to get him a nice tank. So we have a little bit of that. Like I said, I saved money. That something told me with this injury. I don't know. It said, don't go crazy. Like get enough, eat enough, and then get what you need where you're comfortable. And honestly, come on, how much cooler is this? Like that's it, man. That's so cool. Like, I'm satisfied with that and the experience of meeting it. So a lot of the stuff too, as I go on these adventures, what I like to call, or these conventions, I'll see what I can do and see where I can help out and see what I can promote. Yeah, my arm's still a little bit, like my wrist, I can't turn it. So I'm doing everything left-handed. Good thing I'm ambidextrous, so left hand just takes over. Well, I've been left-handed since I was 21. This is like the 5th time I've broken my hand. So it's just a boxer's fracture. Once it breaks, it always breaks. Like I've fallen twice on it really hard and it's broken. I fell a guy during basketball. I dove for a loose ball, got it, threw the ball up to one of my guys. When I was turning around to get up, a guy stepped on accident. He didn't do it on purpose. Total accident. Stepped on my hand, broke my knuckle. Broke it right because that's what happens. And I know he didn't do it on purpose because I was looking up and I saw him because when he didn't he like tripped himself and he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, it's okay, dude. Like it happens, you know. But you know, I'm already at an hour and a half. Cool. And I see 2 people have been in here the whole time. So thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, so just going to try to focus on that, focus on a lot of my art. You'll probably see a lot more doing more I guess posts on social media because that's what my brother and Bobby and I have been practicing on. We've been practicing how to grow, how to network, how to project manage. That's what we've been doing here. We've been not only cleaning up the place, we're actually figuring things out and working with each other too. Working on how to learning how to work with each other because I had a bunch of videos for tonight, and I wanted to show them, but I didn't know I was gonna have that much content, but that much time to do it. But there's a Chum Lee and Pawn Stars. There's a Chum Lee what do you call it? Oh wow! There's a Chum Lee quote where he buys not a flamethrower and he has to explain to Rick how come he purchased it and whatnot. But it just kind of reminds me. Rick reminds me of me, and then Chum Lee reminds me of my brother. And I'll just kind of I'll show. I wish I could show it to you right now, but I have to record it. And whoa, the Miami Heat are now going to the NBA Finals against Denver Nuggets. There we go. That's how we could end the show. This is what I need to talk about. So out of all that, all my bullshit aside and all my fun stuff. Like I said, with my family reunion, I went, I thought about this too late and I didn't know to do it with them, but I did it anyways and it worked halfway. I wish I would have got more photos. Took a bunch of selfies with my older family members that I don't really get to see. And, I was thinking, I was like, I go see the celebrities, but those are the stars to me. Those are my stars, growing up around them. And, but that being said, movies have always found a way to resonate to me, and I know it goes through other people and you meet other people, and because it's gonna get, sorry, I'm gonna end it on another touchy note, but I gotta talk about this because I found this out 3 weeks ago, and I still haven't spoken about it because I had to take some time off from last week. Yada yada yada. I'm full of crap. So here we go. So there was a friend of mine. I don't know how to call this. I don't know if I would call him a friend, but my last year of waiting tables, I worked at a steakhouse, Vince Young Steakhouse, so to be in fact, like VY, and it was a cool experience. I worked at a few restaurant steakhouses, but this one was the coolest, laid back. And I met a gentleman there, older than me. So if I met him when I was 35 and he was like 10 years older than me, he was 45. So I'm 39 now. So I met him 4 years ago. Is that about right? Yeah, 2019. So I met him 4 years ago, and we always talked about movies and then sports. He played basketball in college, and I was like, oh, cool. So but he played D3, and I'm like, yo, that still counts, And he played all 4 years. He got a degree in filmmaking. He was in Seattle for a long time. Went to LA. Then he was in Austin. And man, he's very weird kind of passion. Very passionate guy. But he had passion for things. And another person like myself, well, I'm very passionate. You can always tell in my eyes. Sometimes I just cry because I'm happy, but not because I'm crying, but just like it makes me happy. I was talking to him a lot, and I would just say he's like a coworker for sure. But as a friend, it was just, man, he was real hard on me. And he would correct me a lot and about movies and make sure I did everything right. I was like, damn, he was a connoisseur, man. And he loved Quentin Tarantino. And he would talk about him behind the scenes. And he would say, did you watch this? Did you watch this? Did you see this? I'd be, no. And then he'd wait 2 or 3 weeks and be, did you watch it? I go, you need to watch this. So I started watching it. And then he'd be, what you think? And it was like, he would start a conversation with you to like correct you or fight with you. It was so weird. It's kind of aggressive in a way. But he's also like a kid, It was like he was like a very playful heart. And one thing he did love, he loved movies, loved Quentin Tarantino. He loved his Dallas Cowboys. He was a die-hard Cowboys fan. He'd quiz me, and I passed the quizzes. So I'm only by nostalgia purposes, is I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan because my dad made me watch it, and I just remember that was like the only time my dad was happy was when the Cowboys were winning. So I would focus on the Cowboys. And then all these years, we feel like you're going to get a championship, and you feel the Romo years, and you just go through them. And I forget my brother had to go through my brother Bobby went through the whole thing. So now he's a Cowboys fan, and we're I'm a Texan fan as well. More of a Texan fan because I chose to be a Texan fan. Once when we came into the league, I was like, I want to back them up. And everybody laughed at me, but I was like, I don't know. I think they've been doing a little bit better than the Cowboys. They're not even now, but Watson, D4 let me down. Part of that, 3 years like in running, Deshaun Watson had won me some money. but like watching the Cowboys game, and he loved them. So one thing he did have was diabetes, and he always talked about how it bothered him and it hurt him. But he was from Denver, and his dad loved Cowboys too, so that's why he loved the Cowboys. And but he was raised in like a Denver suburb, and he would talk about the Dallas Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Supersonics, and the teams at the cities he lived in, that visited or grew up in, and but he loved the Denver Nuggets. He had some stats on them, and I was like, man, I barely know a little bit about them, but he knew everything to the T because he's from that area, right? It's kind of like me and the Spurs, and so he was educating me. I mean, it was just such a weird. Like I would get upset. I'd be like, I don't want to see this guy right now. I'm not in the mood. And like, sure enough, I was trying to avoid him, and just it was weird because, like I said, it's not like he was like, he was so passionate, and he'd always do jokes. He'd joke around, or if you quoted something, and he was hard on me. He's real hard on me, but in a good way, not like a big brother way. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna take this. Well, this gentleman passed away on December 6th, and it was self-inflicted. I think he had to be like 48, 49, or 50. I found out through a damn Facebook post. I'd been all over everywhere that I forgot about reality, This is real. This shit hurts. This hurts. That hurts. But not like this. We talk about movies, and he was a filmmaker, and he made a few stuff, but he would write. He wanted to be a writer. He was trying to sell his writing so much. And he's like, I write every day. I write every day. I write every day. And that's how I get good. I'm a good writer. You've read my writing. You know how good I am. I go, yeah, you're a pretty good writer, dude. Yeah, see, I'm a good writer. And he'd call me Russell Wilson. At one point, he said I looked like Russell Wilson with his shaggy hair or something. we hit it off in a good way, but I did want to give him some appreciation because I think it's important that we recognize some of those people that inspire us. 'Cause he did inspire me because he would, like I said, there's sometimes some people that there's a frequency and I don't like it, but if I have to, because I had to work with him, I learned from it. You know, we play around. Waiters, you get to joke around a lot at your job, especially at like a high-end steakhouse, and it was fun joking around with him, right? But I want to give him a little shout out because, you know, it was very sad, and when I found out, it crushed me. So we're gonna take a look at real quick at I guess I'll say a friend of mine is no longer here. This is Kyle Thornton. You know, he is behind a editing deck, and he loved movies. We would talk about movies. That's how we got out of work. This is why side by side movies kind of exist. Not really like this wasn't the reason why, but this is why it exists, because it's like a water cooler talk. You know, when we're waiters or you're at jobs and you don't like, and you're what do you call it? You're just talking about movies. You talk about things you love. Talk about things that you don't want to. You're kind of like avoiding the work. You don't want to focus about the work. It's just labor work, you know. And this guy would help me out. So we talk about it. But when I say Cowboys fan, I mean a Cowboys fan. Like, hi, Silver. Yeah, well, he has a lot of Cowboys stuff. I thought when I went through it, but this Kyle Thornton, didn't really get to know him very well. I knew him enough, worked with him enough. Like I said, misunderstood in sometimes, but always spoken. And like I said, that's what my show's here for. And Side by Side is a great show that I have with Ben Garrett, a person that's turning into one of my best friends. Because during the pandemic, we checked in on each other without me knowing. I just was like, let's just talk about movies. He's like, let's do it. Let's I guess we're just trying to cope with things, trying to get through things. And I had somebody there with me. And I ran into him downtown because he was working at a steakhouse when I ran into him one time. And he was like, he goes, hey, what's up, man? I go, hey, dude. And I thought it was going to be a hi, bye. And no, we talked. And he's like, come on, man, what you got? I was like, I'm working on this thing right now. I'm ready to go. And I was like, man, right now I'm just trying to find stuff for acting, but I'm working on filmmaking and just getting this podcasting thing off the ground. Podcasting, yeah. That's the new thing. That's the new thing for you guys. And I was like, yeah, I just kind of like it a lot. And I'm figuring it out, but I think I know enough and how to do it enough that I'm going to go back to filmmaking and focus on that. And after this incident, yes, I am definitely doing that. I know I just feel bad. So I wanted to say absolute shout out to Kyle Thornton. You will be best brother. And let's see what I can make and see what you can inspire me to do. Because Pulp Fiction was like one of those movies we always talk about. And God, it's such a beautiful movie, but that's going to be hard to like try to do something like that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I just wanted to give you salud. And I'm sorry for your loss, but take care, brother. So like that being said, this show started off good. It's gone a little bit sad, but it's not gone south. It's just gone sad. But we're going to end up with a cheer because, like I said, I got him doing a movie this weekend. I got him being in a movie in September. One more thing, because of the horror people, the horror fans, I don't even know if I enunciate it right, but I definitely saw something. I need to see if I could get it. It's not like right now, it's not the best time because I'm basically with work. I'm using some of my vacation time so I can heal. So, but where are you? I guess I closed it, but I found another IndieGoGo, and I was looking at it because it's always everybody's favorite slashers. One of those top 4 Mount Rushmore slashers. Wow, there's a lot of Jason Voorhees. People just love Jason, the silent killer with a child's mind. There's this right now I want to try to get into. Friday the 13th, Blood Loss. It's a fan film. I think I don't know if it's a feature or not, but there's some cool stuff in here, Synopsis, meet the cast. Movie stars. These are movie stars just like everyone else. Like other ones, like the ones in Hollywood. You don't have to be from Hollywood to be a movie star. This is like... So, they got some perks here. I saw this one right here. Where is it at? You can be another role. So I'm saying, like, that's why I look into this, because this is where I'm not going to, this is not going to, make me famous, which I don't really want. I just want to stay busy. But this will get me exposure. This will help me say it's real. I'm taking it serious. Like I also said, it helps out with the resume. One thing I make sure I do, I get IMDb credit. Because if you get IMDb credit, it's like a log, or it's like a little checklist, or not checklist. It's like a little thing that keeps up for you, and people can check everything out for you already. But I can also put it on my website. So we'll be staying, but probably not gonna stay up too late. I was trying to stay up a little late and work on some stuff, but I'm gonna probably rest up a little more. I feel, and I'm gonna show some before and afters. We're gonna talk about my Wolverine healing powers because my face was way worse yesterday than it is right now on the cuts and bruises. But hopefully I'll heal back to normal and we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, stay safe, be careful, everybody. And honestly, if you yourself are going through something and you don't know how to express yourself, if you feel bottled up and you don't know how to, you gotta. I would say, isolate yourself. Just get off the internet. Focus on yourself. Breathe. Breathing helps everything. Breathing will always help everything out. Remember, you're not alone. Remember, everything's okay. But you got to make an effort. You have to you're gonna fail, and it's okay. But you got to get back up. We fell so we can get back up. We fall so we can get back up. We heal so we can get back up. But we have to go through these processes. We have to heal. We have to understand. We have to learn. We have to care. It's like crazy. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But I'm trying to just show that you can, by making better decisions and watching what you do and taking care of yourself. Like, if you drink something and it makes you feel bad, don't drink it. If you eat something that makes you feel bad or you don't like your results from eating it, don't eat it. Learn to build blocks. Learn, teach yourself. Practice. It's boring. It's so boring. But guess what? It's healthy. Guess what? You can hang around. Guess what? You're okay. Guess what? You're safe. It's better than having this crazy cluster, of a lifestyle, thinking you're doing good, but you're just doing harm. And also, yeah, I'm gonna have side-by-side movie shirts for sale. Get some bin on. We're gonna grow. This is what I want to do. Content creating. I'm not ashamed of it. I think a lot of stuff because of where I'm from. If you're not working with your hands, you're not working. Well, I am working with my hand, and I am working with what I can do. But I also work with my mind. I taught myself. I educated myself. I went to college to learn how to do all this stuff, so I can eventually in the future, which is now, I can apply myself. So that's what I'm doing, and then we can make La Bolita. Still making this movie. Just gonna make it super low budget. But this is what I'm also learning. Guess I'm going on people's sets. My film school is paying somebody to let me on their sets so I can learn, figure out. So I have a set. When I do my set, I know if something messes up. I know I can move on, or I know if something works well, stick with it. I got to work with it, I got to make sure timing's right, logistics are right. I got to make sure I've been every step of every stage of everything in a movie. So there shouldn't be somewhere where someone should be left out. Well, I mean, being left out is one thing, but they should feel safe. And they should feel like that they had their time well spent. Because I know how it is to be in a movie and not come out. That's weird. Like I said this at one of the meetings I had. I go, I know how it is to be in a movie and get paid. I know how it is to get paid for a movie you're not even seen in, because sometimes you get cast in something and they cut you and they still pay you like $1,000 or whatever, $1,100. So they'd be like, hey, that's what we're gonna pay you anyways for the day. So, and it was cool at first, and you joke about it, but then you realize, well, I don't have anything on my resume. So I'd rather spend money or not get paid and build my resume and bring y'all with me. I keep talking about it because I had to figure out a lot of the stuff I was holding back was because of family. And if I was going to give any advice right now, I'd always say there's 3 things in my life that I've learned that you have to take care of. And that's how you can become, that's just not successful. You just become okay with existing, It's like a pie chart. And because these 3 things are very important, I feel. Once you learn to, once you learn, you can't master these. You just learn to live with them, cope with them. But once you have to also learn, you have to remove pieces of something in there. You have to remove someone or something from there. Like an addiction is hard to remove, but it's work about. The depression is not going to go anywhere, but it's livable. But if you can work on your health, teach yourself education, educate yourself on health and what's healthy for you. Not every diet's going to work for you. Not every supplement's going to work for you. Not everything's going to, because your body's different. These are equations. Figure out what's going to, because you have a healthy body, you can have a healthy mind, you can have a healthy, day forward. I'm just going to say this, if you can, wake up with, and you're able to learn how to clean yourself, detox yourself, poop, and then rehydrate yourself. That's a really good morning. That's a really good, what's his name? Dick, it's the Jimmy V. He says if you can laugh, cry, and smile, you have a full day or something. And it's beautiful. I mean, I saw it when I was a kid. It's very motivational. I think, so this is also what my show's about. It's about motivation, and if you need it, here I am. Let me help you, inspire you. And I think a lot of it was because I was holding back a lot of the stuff. Like, why haven't you been producing anything? Because I've been learning a lot, but I think a big thing I was holding back because of some family members. And now that I cut them off, I just feel so much better. Like, I feel like I'm okay doing what I need to do. I'm okay. We're going where I need to go. I'm okay. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm learning how to grow. I'm learning how to do this stuff. I'm learning how to be learning how to be a filmmaker. I'm learning how to be a better person. And I don't need to physically be where I need to be to make a change. I can do this on here, and that's the thing. The power of the internet is I've had to learn it, and watch what you do, watch what you say, and don't take it so serious. To me, the internet's fake. My Uncle Robert taught me. He said, what he said. There's some quotes that I have, and he said, "Believe nothing what you hear, only half of what you see." This was before I got into the internet with the internet boom. So in real life, when I was younger, I would just, if somebody tells me a story, I'd be like, okay, I don't really believe it. But then I'd see something, and I'd be like, did that happen the way it happened, or did I not? I don't know, but I did see something. But I'm gonna remember it. I don't need to talk about it. So but now with the internet, I feel like it's all fake, and I'm trying to be genuine, and I'm trying to say it's fake, and I could come off as fake or something, or maybe I'm faking it, but I'm not. I try to be as honest as I can because this is where my voice is. This is who I am. It's literally called YouTube. Like, it's you. This is who you are. And I can go and pretend and be an actor somewhere else and have lived that fake kind of life, but then come back to my real life and be with the people that need to be. I don't know. I watch a lot of content. I don't want to be a critic, but I feel like I can critique pretty well, just from experience as well. And I love learning. So I'm ready to just explore. I'm ready to show some stuff out for my kid. I want my son to be able to. So he wants to do YouTube. I want him to come in the future and look at my stuff, and we can sit down and talk about it. And if he has questions, he can look at it, and then you could do like, hey, Dad, what about this show? What did you do on this one? I can point him out and be like, hey, this is when Scott and Carrie and I did this movie, so go watch this episode. This is what we talk about, And I think I want to leave him breadcrumbs. I want to leave him blueprint. I want to leave him something, because I like my quote. Every day. Let's go to my website real quick. I forget, I took a head hit, so I'm forgetting a few things, or I'm not saying things right. I feel like I'm a little. Every day is a different story, and every story begins in a day. CJ Robles. So that's a quote. So I think I love stories, but there are some horror stories or some things I've lived through that I don't want to relive. I don't want to see them again. I don't want to go through them, and all I have to do is how you beat Freddy Krueger. You just ignore him. That's how you beat the boogeyman. You turn your back to him and you ignore him. If he lashes at you and he scratches you, it's okay. He's behind you, and with time you'll be able to pass and you'll be able to go forward. That's what I'll leave up with here. Let's leave with a positive note, because come on, I love Critters. I think Critters is on Tubi. I think that's what I'm watching now. Yeah, it's on Tubi right now, so let's go with it. Let's go watch it. Let's watch some Tubi. Let's watch some Critters. So your boy CJ is gonna be in there. I play Mitch. I don't know. I gotta take this serious. I gotta be ready for a movie. Like, I'm happy, I got other movies that are coming out that I'm doing, and I'm ready to get back on stage and do theater. But I guess I have to wait. I'm definitely out. This is gonna suck. I gotta watch my diet for the next 2 weeks, because I don't think I'm because I'm still in the window of 48 hours. Like, when you hit your head, there's a 48-hour window. You gotta be careful. Hence, I'm not really staring at the screen a lot. Because you still, that's what I've learned from EMS and all that, and firefighters and stuff. Just the first 48 hours are very important. After that, you will see, because you could actually start. I could still be receiving like brain damage or something. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I took a hard hit. So I have my skull's fractured. I have a dent in my head now. The dented can. I could be part of Bill Boss's crew now. I'm gonna start having the dented man. Good Soup live. So on Mondays before my show, I guess it's 6 p.m. our time, because it's 7 p.m. Eastern time, go to the Good Soup Live on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Bill Bosma, my boy, is constantly posting stuff. So I guess I got some TikToks at the wheel. I got my interviews and ready to launch. I think I'm gonna try to I don't know. Should I binge? Should I just put them out there and just binge all the media that I have ready, or should I just do it like every other day or once a week? Because it starts to, because like it helps you out when you do it like that, where you have it like once a week, because you always like kind of have something, even if you're not working on something, you can take a break. Because if you just binge it, you give everybody like 100 things and they watch all 100 things, or you go through it, then they're gonna, what's next, and you got to make another 100, or you got to keep going that route, or maybe you don't have to make 100 anymore because it's a different quality. But you know what I'm saying? Like so I think I might just do a few, just sprinkle them in, no actual real dates, because it's kind of a lot of stuff, but kind of not. Like I could kind of get like 25 little videos of that, and I think after that's enough. So that's 25 weeks, or it could be one day of 25 shows, you know. But we'll see. I thank you for listening to me. This is also cool because I'm have people actually in here with me. One might actually be my dad. But you know, just think positive, honestly. And I've changed my mindset a while back. I told myself that I wasn't going to just look at things the way they were, and I wasn't going to accept everything. But I wasn't going to deny things. I wasn't going to judge things. I was just going to accept them for what they were and move on. And there's some things that I've been in denial about certain people and certain things, and it taught me a lesson. Fuck around and found out. Well, I kind of had to fuck around and find out. And I found out, but I didn't mean to find out this way. I didn't want to find out this way. I thought this was more civilized, but it's not. So at this point, I will exit the building, and I will no longer be part of this burning train wreck. Once I'm healed up, I'm gonna be doing what I can. But you know, I got this. Look at me. I got this. I got this to focus on. I got this coming up. I'm actually coaching. I did that design for AGBO, for Austin Gay Basketball League. You know, I remember all the proceeds I'm getting from my shirt are going to Scott Schiaffo's charity. This is where it all started for me. This is where I really felt more comfortable, where I could do this. Because Bruce Campbell was my first person. This is my 3 after that. I did the meet and greets online, because I already started meeting people in real life, but this was different. This was awesome. But I'll let everybody go, because at one point in my life I was this guy, and just not a care in the world, beard, hair. And let's see if I can get back to it. But now I got some missing. We'll see. How can we end this on a really? I don't want, emo. Just the emo in me. I don't like having it. But I noticed that if I hold stuff out of here and I go send it out in real life anyway. So let's just talk about it. But like my friend Bruce Campbell would say, just roll it off the chin. Just roll it off the chin. So thank you for hanging out with me on Manic Mondayz. We'll see what we come up with from now on. I'm excited. Looking forward to this. I'm gonna ask if I can post about everything about being in the movie, because I want to get some people, that people know in the horror community that I'm gonna be in Critters. Because I did talk to 2 people about it, and they got so excited, and they're like, "CJ, do it, please do it." I was like, I'd have to ask my mom for money. I don't want to borrow money. And they said, I guess I did save money. Like, I have money saved, but it's not like this thing's kind of a little pricey, It's way out of my price range, but I could have this paid back like in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and but at the time, the essence, I wanted it now. We got to get it now, It's kind of that thing. But it's like if I would have gone to the bank anyways. That's what we avoided. So don't go to the bank. Just do it this way. I was all right. But yeah, I mean, I was talking to 2 of my friends, and one of my friends was here from Austin, and he was with his wife. And my other friend was, I guess Oklahoma. I forget, between Oklahoma and Dallas, back and forth. Yeah, and he was like, "No way, I love Critters." And he's like, we started talking about the death scenes. And the first one we talked about was the Easter bunny scene. That was the first death. And then the second one I brought up, I think I was the rolling ball deaths. But so they're horror movies. I grew up watching them. I grew up loving them. I'm still enjoying them. I'm falling in love with them more and more. I never thought I would be doing more horror movies in my life, but man, I love where these people are. I love the way I love their presence. I love conversations. I love the hang. I love everything about these people. And the same thing with theater people, man. I have theater friends, and man, I love them so much. I get focus on yourself, focus on your things. You don't need to focus on the past. You don't need to get caught up in the future. Focus on the now. Plant your seeds. Make some goals. Things will look better. Things will look up, and you'll get better at things. And just keep practicing, and just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Finding Nemo, Finding Dory. But yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out with me tonight on my Next Mondayz. I'll see you next week. Probably be posting. Check out CJ Robles 2.0 on social media, or CJ Robles at or CJ Robles 2.0 on IG. I gotta have these things ready, so I could be so you can follow what I'm be doing. Yeah, and read the comments sometimes. I got a bunch of dumbasses that say like just stupid shit to me, and this is why the stuff. That's the mental health thing I'm saying. Like, why you gotta we'll see. It's just not even like trolling, just like honest, like stupid things. I'm like, come on. But you'll follow me on social media, and I'll be posting things. And you don't have to follow me now, just whenever, or you can just see me, see where we go, because I got quite a few things I gotta post. So, all right, thank you. I love y'all. Peace.